All right, hey friends, welcome back to What a View Mountain. So today we're going to work on part 2 of the intubating box. As you can see, it's already finished. Stick around for the rest of the video. You'll see how we got to this point. You'll also see what I'm going to do to finish cleaning up these edges. Again, like, subscribe if you want to. Definitely share with your friends, your colleagues, anybody out there who's at high risk for intubating or exposure to the coronavirus. Because I think that now that we see the finished product, it's pretty sturdy even with the Gorilla Glue. And this is definitely one more layer of protection to help us out. So stick around, watch the rest of the video, and enjoy the video. Okay, so after about 10 minutes of doing this sanding thing, maybe 20, I don't know, I lost track of time. It finally dawned on me in my little pea brain. All I got to do is set the fence up on this router table, and I can run them right through here, and I can get those edges a little bit cleaner. So let's knock these edges off and then see where we're at. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so now I got my depth adjustment set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these grooves right along each one of the edges of the top so that the front, left, and right can just sit in there, so when I glue them in, they're going to sit in there. So let's see how this works. Let me get some hearing protection on, get this bad boy fired up, and as they say, let's just go. Alright, that wasn't as painful as I thought. So you see now along the edges here, we'll have to clean these out a little bit because that router's not super clean. Again, that's why Dado or CNC machine is the preferred technique. But I'm just going to grab a little brush, clean out these little chunks that are in here, and then we'll try to dry fit it together. Alright, so now that we got those all done and measured and dry fitted to make sure that our grooves were good, we had to do a little cleaning them out. We're going to take this front piece or the back piece and we're gonna make some hand holes. So they recommend use 5-inch hand holes. Lucky for me, this little blue gadget top to the Nestle Quick is about 5 inches, so we're gonna use this. So I'm gonna measure down from the top, make sure I'm on the right side, 19.5 inches, 20.5 inches, yep. So I'm gonna come down. Their recommendation is 9.75, but I'm going to come down, well, I'll come down 9.75. I'm going to come down 9.75, make a mark, and then I'm supposed to be, the edge is 2 inches from the left. So I'm going to go about 2 1/4. I'm going to come across here, 2 1/4, just to give myself a little extra space on the edge. 2 1/4 down 9 3/4. And then I'm going to set the edge of my hole right there. And I'm just kind of eyeballing where's the center. There's a little mark right in the center of that cap. So I'm trying to line that up 2.5 inches, 2 1/4 from the side. I'm just going to outline there. And then same thing. Going to my 2 1/4 mark. Got this at 2.5. Gonna line it up and down. Circle that out.
And then now there are hand holes to reach in and do our stuff with. So now, as you can see, I got my hand holes here. I'm going to cut these out and see if I like them. I'm going to use a jigsaw. Drill a pilot hole, then I'll use a jigsaw to cut the circles. If I don't like the way these circles feel, what I'm going to do is just extend it as one big open piece right here. So let's drill some pilot holes so we can get that jigsaw in there, and then we'll get to cutting. All right, so as you can see, we got our circles cut out. Not the best technique. You see we got some cracks. Not what I was looking for. Not what I was hoping for. But hopefully we can correct that with some glue or something. But essentially this is going to be the back piece, or the front piece as they call it. And then you stick your hands through like this. You'll get to see here in a second. I think that's okay. I'm not sure if my colleagues will like it, but when we take it to work we'll find out. So let's get these edges cleaned up right here and see what we can do with those. All right, now Sean's going to come around and help me. We're going to see what we can do here. Let's get this bad boy glued up. So like I said, I don't know how well this Gorilla Glue is going to work, but I couldn't find the acrylic cement. So we're just going to put a bead of this Gorilla Glue in here and hope for the best. Helps if I take the top off. All right, so it's been about 2 hours now since we're using that glue. Like I said, we used Gorilla Glue instead of the acrylic cement. It took a little longer than expected, so it's getting a little darker. The light's not as great. We had to kind of jerry-rig to help hold everything in place. Let's move everything out and see how we're doing here. You can kind of sort of see how it's going to go. Take our blocks out. So box is going to sit like so, right? So it'll sit just like this. Patient's head will be right in here. So what I'll be able to do as an anesthesia provider, intubate, extubate a patient right inside of this box. If they cough, the box is going to catch everything that they spew out. Okay, whatever this doesn't catch is going to go this way and come out towards the front. Now, of course, if you're the OR nurse and you're standing there trying to help me when it's time to extubate, that's not a great thing. But I'll look and see. It's got a schematic for a little 5-inch piece that goes across the front right here. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. I mean, this box is pretty sturdy. I feel pretty good. I can do a good head tilt, chin lift here. I could do a good jaw thrust. It might be a little awkward to intubate, but it's just like anything else, you know, a little practice makes perfect kind of thing. So I think it's a great idea. Hopefully you get the concept. Okay, so now that we got the whole box together, as you can see here, these edges are real rough. A piece right here blew out. I don't think that the jigsaw was the way to go with cutting these out. I probably should have thought about this earlier. I should have grabbed this Dremel and used that, because the vibration from the jigsaw created a bunch of cracks and a big blowout right here. So what we're going to try to do today is use the Dremel to go around these edges and see if we can smooth this out a little. And if that doesn't work, then we'll come up with something else. Yep, that feels pretty good. Let's
just wipe these off and see how they look. I think that'll work. Nice and smooth. So as you can see, nice and smooth here. I'm still not super impressed. I mean, it'll be okay. But what I'm gonna do is I have this little clear hose here. So what I'm thinking is it'll add an extra layer of protection against the arms here, but if we make this right, it'll also be removable so that we can still take this off and use whatever kind of cleaning technique you're gonna use. So I'm just gonna kind of rough measure this to around the hole because it's flexible. I'll take some scissors here and I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'm gonna try to split it right down the middle. So now let's do the other side. We're just gonna kind of rough fit our tubing here. Get my world's smallest pair of scissors to cut this. And then this is actually harder than it looks to split this and stay in the center. So you see there, I'm just going right down the middle.
You want to let it flat and then I'll hold it and you slice it?
I tried that already. So we're just gonna ease it on up, nice and slow. Pushing the knife with my thumb, this thumb, my left thumb, and I'm pulling with my hand, pulling the tubing, trying to go nice and slow. So obviously I don't cut myself, but I get all the way through and I stay. Well, hey Dexter, stay in the center as much as I possibly can. All right, then we start feeding it around. Just split it, and I'm sliding the tubing as I'm splitting it as well. Try to get it all on there. There you go. Much better. So if you have something like that, great. You can use that. If not, this is still okay, I think. The other side without it, it's still way smoother than it was. I got all those rough burrs and edges off, but I think this will just be a whole lot nicer to have that there. All right, so here they are both put into place. I like that a lot better than just the smoother edges. So maybe skip the whole sanding step if you have some kind of hose like this laying around, because this is nice. This is super smooth. I'm not worried at all, even about this big blowout that we had on this right side. It's going to be covered. And ideally, you can just, once you're done using this, and you're going to go clean the box, you can just take these off. You can clean these rubber hoses and reuse them. So maybe just skip sanding altogether there, because this is definitely the way to go. So yep, finished product. So check out the links below. I put links below for the website where I got this. I put the schematics. I put links for our cameras, the little microphone, everything like that. As always, if you want to like and subscribe, that'd be great. If not, at least share with your colleagues and those folks that are out there at highest risk. So until next time, thanks for coming by, and as always, be safe.